Can she stay? Daddy, poor single dad helps stranger, she's a billionaire CEO. Chapter 1, The Rain, the Roads, and the Wrong Night. The rain had been falling all day in Willowtown, the kind of rain that didn't roar but whispered a steady, quiet sadness. Single dad Ian Malik, 32, pushed open the creaky door of the small workshop attached to his tiny rented home. His shirt was wet, his jeans muddy, and his hands smelled of engine oil. Long day as usual. Inside, a tiny pair of feet pattered. Daddy. 4-year-old Noor, his little sunshine, launched herself into his arms. Ian smiled despite the exhaustion. You still awake, champ? She's waiting, Noor whispered dramatically. Who is she? The princess in my storybook, Noor said innocently. She's also trapped in a storm. Ian chuckled, lifted her, and walked inside. He had no idea that tonight, a real princess, just not the fairy tale kind, was about to enter their lives. Chapter 2, The Woman on the Road. The storm worsened after midnight. Ian heard a noise outside like a car door slamming. He opened the workshop door and spotted headlights flickering on the muddy road. A woman stumbled out of an expensive black car. Not the type seen in Willowtown. She looked shaken, her hair drenched, her blazer ruined by the rain. Ian rushed toward her. You okay, miss? She swayed, nearly collapsing. He caught her by the arms gently. She looked up through wet lashes. I think I hit something on the road. My car stopped. I've been walking for 40 minutes. I'm cold. She fainted. Ian carried her inside without thinking twice. Chapter 3, The Stranger with Ice-Cold Hands. Noor peeked from behind the curtain, eyes wide. Daddy, who is that lady? I don't know, love. She's hurt. We just need to help her. He laid the woman on the only sofa they owned. He covered her with blankets. Her hands were icy, her breathing shallow. When she woke up hours later, she was startled to see him. You're safe, Ian reassured. I'm Ian. That's my daughter, Noor. You fainted. The woman blinked several times as if trying to process everything. Then she whispered, my name is Zara Hayat. The name sounded familiar to Ian, too familiar. But he couldn't place it. I'm sorry for the trouble, she added softly. You're not trouble, Ian said. Anyone would be helped. That wasn't true. Willowtown had become a place of closed doors. But Ian wasn't like them. Chapter 4, A $1 billion Secret. By morning the storm stopped. As Ian checked her car's engine outside, Noor sat beside Zara on the sofa. You're pretty, Noor announced. Zara smiled awkwardly. Thanks. You're prettier. You look sad, Noor added. A flicker of something passed in Zara's eyes, like she was holding the world's heaviest secret. Ian walked in, wiping his hands. Your fuel line cracked, he explained. You were lucky it didn't explode. Zara looked at him in disbelief. You fixed it, already? I started working on engines when I was 11, he said simply. Just needed a part from my workshop. Zara studied him with curious eyes. You're talented, she said honestly. Ian shrugged. Just do what I can to keep the lights on. Daddy can fix everything. Noor added. Zara laughed. It was the first warm sound she made since arriving. But as she prepared to leave, she hesitated. Can I ask something? Sure. Do you know who I am? Ayan shook his head. Zara sighed in relief. Good. I needed one place where my name didn't decide how I'm treated. Ayan smiled faintly. Everyone's welcome here. But Zara's eyes grew serious as she whispered, I own Hayat Industries. Ayan froze. That company, that name, she was the CEO. The billionaire. The youngest businesswoman to rise to the top. Ayan looked around at his tiny house, cracked paint, one sofa, broken fan. If she was rich, why had she been walking alone in a storm before he could ask, nor tugged Zara's sleeve? Can she stay, Daddy? Zara looked at Ayan, unsure. Ayan hesitated. But then he nodded. Of course. As long as she needs. Zara exhaled softly. Like no one ever said that to her before. Chapter 5 The woman who didn't know how to lie down. That night she slept in Noor's room because Noor insisted. Zara sat on the small bed awkwardly. Do you want a bedtime story? Noor asked. Zara blinked. Me? Yes. Daddy reads it to me every night. But today, Daddy said you might be tired. Zara touched the teddy bear shyly. I don't know how to read bedtime stories. You're a grown-up? Of course you know. Zara's voice cracked a little. I didn't have anyone to read them to me. Noor frowned. That's sad. It's okay. I'll read to you. And Noor, with her small voice and big heart, read the book to Zara. Halfway through, Zara's eyes filled with tears. Not because of the story. Because someone was taking care of her for the first time in years. Chapter 6 A new routine, an unexpected home. 3 days passed. Zara didn't leave. She helped Noor braid her hair. She helped Ayan fix things around the workshop even though she knew nothing about tools. She cooked, or rather tried to, burning the first omelette which Ayan still ate with a smile. Noor grew attached instantly. And Zara began to smile more than she had in years. Every evening, they sat outside on the old wooden crate. Zara watched Ayan as he worked on cars. You should have your own garage, she told him. Costs money. You're too skilled for this small town. I can't leave. Noor's whole world is here. Zara nodded slowly. I understand. But Ayan sensed something in her voice. Loneliness. Buried deep, but loud enough. Chapter 7 Her secret finally breaks. One night, Zara stood outside staring at the stars. Ayan joined her quietly. Can't sleep? He asked. She shook her head. A board member leaked private family information to the media, she whispered. They published articles about my parents' deaths, my father's breakdown, my mother's illness. Ayan's eyes softened. I left the city yesterday. I needed one night away. Then the storm came. Then the car, then you. She looked at him with heavy eyes. I don't trust people, Ayan. Not anymore. But you trust Noor, he said gently. Yes. She breathed. Because she doesn't want anything from me. Ayan smiled. You don't know my daughter. She does want something. What? To keep you here. Zara laughed softly. Then her voice turned quiet. Do you want me to go? No, Ayan answered honestly. And it surprised even him. Chapter 8 The day everything changed. The next morning, a shiny black SUV pulled up outside their house. Men in suits stepped out. Ms. Hayat, one said. We've been searching for you for 3 days. You need to return. There's a crisis. Zara looked shaken. Noor clung to her. You're leaving. Zara knelt. I don't want to. The men insisted. Your presence is required immediately. Ayan stepped forward. If she doesn't want to go. It's okay, Zara whispered to him. I have to. My company, my people. I can't abandon them. Noor's eyes filled with tears. Will you come back? Zara hesitated. She looked at Ayan. Her voice trembled. If he lets me. Ayan swallowed. You can come back anytime, he said. Zara hugged Noor tightly before being ushered into the car. As she left, Noor whispered, Daddy, our princess is going away. Ayan held her. She'll come back if she wants to. But even he didn't know if that was true. Chapter 9 Life without her. Days passed. The house felt quieter. The evenings felt emptier. Noor kept asking, did she call, did she send a letter, will she come back? And Ayan, didn't he have answers? Until one Friday morning. A convoy of cars pulled up outside the workshop. Ayan stepped out alarmed. And there she was. Zara. In a white blazer, hair tied neatly, looking like the CEO she truly was, yet her eyes searching for someone. Ayan, she breathed. Zara, what's going on? Noor ran out screaming, she came back. She came back. Zara scooped her up. Then she turned to Ayan. I fixed the crisis. I faced the board. I made decisions I was delaying for years. And the whole time, I kept thinking. She exhaled. I didn't feel alive in my mansion. I felt alive here. In this tiny house, with you two. Ayan's heart thudded. Zara continued softly, can I stay not as a CEO? Not as someone powerful. Just, as someone who found a home where she never expected it. Noor clapped excitedly. Daddy say yes. Daddy say yes. Ayan met Zara's eyes. I thought you'd never come back. I thought I wouldn't either, she whispered. But then I realized. I wanted a life, not just a company. She stepped closer. You gave me shelter when I had none. Nor gave me warmth when I'd forgotten how it felt. Then after a long pause, she whispered, let me stay. Chapter 10 The home they built together. Zara didn't just stay. She became part of their world. She accompanied Noor to school. She helped Ayan expand his workshop, quietly funding repairs without making him feel small. She learned to cook without burning things. She laughed more. She lived more. Sometimes she worked remotely from the workshop, wearing a blazer while sitting on a toolbox, and Ayan would tease her endlessly. And every night, she told Noor bedtime stories she learned just for her. One evening, Noor looked at both of them and asked, Daddy, is she our princess now? Ayan looked at Zara. Zara smiled. If you'll have me. Ayan nodded slowly. I think we already do. Epilogue. Can she stay, Daddy? Months later, their small house didn't feel small anymore. It felt full. Of laughter. Of warmth. Of second chances. When visitors from the city asked Zara why she chose tea,